This is the story about a very clever dog. His name is Max, and he is a Black Labrador Retriever with a shiny coat and a playful spirit. Max lives in a cozy house with a big garden where he loves to play and explore. But there's one thing Max loves more than anything else in the world: treats. Max's favorite treats are kept in a big glass jar on the kitchen counter. Every time he sees the jar, his eyes light up with excitement. He would do anything to get his paws on those delicious treats. One day, while his owner was busy, Max decided it was time to come up with a plan to get a treat all by himself. Max started by performing his best tricks, hoping his owner would notice and reward him with a treat. He sat, rolled over, and even played dead, but his owner was too busy to see his impressive performance. Max knew he had to think of something else, something clever and sneaky. Max sat down and thought hard. He watched his owner closely, observing every move. He noticed that every time his owner opened the jar, they would turn their back for just a moment. That was the moment Max needed. He had to be quick and quiet. Max waited for the perfect opportunity. When his owner was distracted, he sneaked into the kitchen and hid behind the counter. His heart was pounding with excitement. He knew he had to be very careful not to make any noise. Slowly, he crept closer to the jar. With a swift and silent move, Max managed to nudge the jar just enough to make it wobble. His owner turned around, but Max was already out of sight, hiding behind the tree in the garden. When his owner left the kitchen, Max quickly ran back, grabbed a treat, and dashed outside, wagging his tail in triumph. Max had successfully pulled off his sneaky plan, proving once again that he was not just a clever dog, but also a master treat thief. The Black Labrador's name is Buddy. Buddy was a happy dog. He loved to play. He loved his family. Most of all, Buddy loved treats. Buddy's tail wagged. He saw his owner had a treat. Buddy couldn't wait. Buddy's owner held up the treat. She smiled at Buddy, her loyal Black Labrador. The sun was shining brightly and the air was filled with the scent of blooming flowers. It was a perfect day for some outdoor fun and training. Buddy's tail wagged in excitement as he focused intently on the treat in her hand. She was about to tell him to do a trick. "Sit, Buddy!" she commanded, her voice filled with enthusiasm. Buddy had always been a quick learner and he loved showing off his skills. The bond between them was evident as they communicated effortlessly, understanding each other's cues and commands. But Buddy had a better idea. Instead of sitting, Buddy's eyes sparkled with mischief. With a sudden burst of energy, he darted off, his paws kicking up small clouds of dust. Buddy ran away. His owner watched in surprise, her mouth open in a mix of shock and amusement. This wasn't part of the plan. He ran out of the room. Buddy's legs moved swiftly as he made his way through the open door, his ears flapping in the wind. He was on a mission. Though what that mission was, only Buddy knew. His owner quickly followed, calling out his name, but Buddy was too fast. He ran behind the sofa. His owner was surprised. Where did Buddy go? She looked around frantically, her eyes scanning the yard. Buddy had found the perfect hiding spot behind the outdoor furniture. His owner, now laughing, realized that Buddy had turned their training session into a game of hide and seek. She called out, "Buddy, come here!" But Buddy, enjoying his little adventure, stayed hidden, peeking out occasionally to see if she had found him yet. The great escape had turned into a delightful game, one that both Buddy and his owner would remember fondly. Section 4. Victory is sweet. Buddy came back a moment later. He had something in his mouth. It was a sock. Buddy dropped the sock at his owner's feet. His owner, a young woman named Sarah, looked down and couldn't help but laugh. She had been looking for that sock all morning. Sarah bent down and picked up the sock, still chuckling. "Good boy, Buddy!" she exclaimed, patting his head affectionately. Buddy wagged his tail vigorously, clearly pleased with himself. He had a knack for finding things, and this wasn't the first time he had come to the rescue. Sarah reached into her pocket and pulled out a treat. Buddy's eyes lit up as he saw the reward. He sat down obediently, his tail still wagging. Sarah handed him the treat and Buddy took it gently from her hand. "You're such a clever dog," she said, smiling. Buddy chewed on the treat happily, his eyes sparkling with pride. He knew he had done a good job. Sarah watched him with a sense of admiration. Buddy was more than just a pet. He was a loyal friend and a clever companion. Every day with Buddy was an adventure, and today was no different. As Buddy finished his treat, he looked up at Sarah, his eyes full of love and trust. She knew that with Buddy by her side, she could always count on him to bring a little joy and a lot of cleverness into her life. Victory was indeed sweet, and it was moments like these that made it all the more special. Section 5. Laughter and Love. Buddy gobbled up the treat. He wagged his tail. He was a very happy dog. His owner was happy too. She loved Buddy very much. Buddy was a funny dog. He always made his owner laugh. He was a very special dog. Section 6. A Heart Full of Fur. Buddy's story reminds us that dogs are amazing. They are our best friends. They make us laugh every day. We love them very much. If you have a dog, give it a big hug, and maybe even a treat.